Hey everybody, so a few people have asked how to get started with a mandala pattern. So I've just taken a sketchbook here that I keep drawings and things in, and I've made two squares. I've made a circle that I didn't fill in with black and a circle that I did. So on the squares, if you're working with a canvas, a square canvas is easier because you can maintain the balance and keep your spacing. You would want to start with each corner and connect each corner using a pencil, using a chalk pencil, using anything that you can lightly erase or wipe off afterwards, and connect those corners. And then this is going to be your center spot right here. Now at the same point, I would also go through and find your halfway point. And mark those. And then connect those lines. And again, you should be going right through your center spot. And I don't know if you can see that or not, so I'm going to go back over it with my chalk pencil. Since this is a demonstration, you can see that a lot clearer. Now I'm pressing down really hard with this chalk pencil. I would never ever make the lines this bold or this wide. I'm just doing this for illustration purposes so it shows up well on the camera. So there you go. Now for a circle, I love this template. It's flexible, so when you're working on rocks, you can kind of mold this around the shape of the rock and make sure that you get your outline. I'll do the black one first. So you can see I've already traced this, I've already filled it in with black paint, but for the sake of finding our center, I'm going to mark our fourths, and then I'm going to go back and connect those. Now, if you were wanting to secure smaller circles within your circle, you can do that by simply putting your chalk. This is a real slate pencil. It wipes off really easily with a wet Q-tip or a wet paper towel. But you can always go back and create your guidelines. And again, I would never make my lines this dark or this wide. I'm just doing this for illustration purposes. So if we want to make another one, my paper's a little warped because of this base coat of black that I put on here. So I'm not really working with a totally smooth surface. But now you can see, you can do the same thing with your circle. I really need to sharpen this pencil. I'm going to have to adjust it. And again, you can swing it around. Make your guides. So there you go. That's how you would mark your space. Now, a tip, if you're just starting out, I would do it on paper. This is a Strathmore colored pencil. It's 9x12 paper. It's very heavy. I've actually done watercolor on this pencil, or on this paper. So it's very durable. You can see I had this paper flat. I painted my base coat. It did not soak through. The back of my page is usable. This could be a great place for you to practice. If you're starting out and you want to start on a canvas, if you want to start on a rock, I would say you should probably put your base coat of black or whatever your base coat's going to be, and then give it a light coating of varnish, because you're going to be able to wipe off any mistakes with a wet Q-tip or a wet paper towel much easier with that light coat of varnish than if you were painting on the paint itself. So that's the basics of how to get started. And I'm going to start another video on actually painting this mandala out and finishing it off, and some tips and tools that I would recommend that you use. So there you go. If you have any questions, post them in the comments.